Is lack of sex the real problem in your relationship? When you talk to most people about the role of sex in their relationship, if you ask men what determines intimacy in their relationship, most men, not all, but most men will say their sexual relations with their partner. However, when you ask a female what she thinks when she thinks of intimacy in their relationship, and most women will respond with an emotional connection. So what's the problem? You can see that both parties have a different understanding, definition, or focus of what intimacy means in their relationship. Intimacy goes way beyond sex. Sex is a beautiful, normal, and wonderful part of intimacy. But if it's the only way you're defining intimacy in your relationship, there's a huge danger. Let's talk about that a little bit more. There are a lot of different ways to experience intimacy in your relationship. There's intellectual intimacy, where you're both learning something together. There's spiritual intimacy, where you're both having a spiritual experience. It might be prayer, it might be study, it could be a course, maybe even attending church. Then there's experiential intimacy, where you're doing something together. Maybe you're both learning how to surf for the first time, taking a pottery painting class, or anything like that. There's emotional intimacy, which is when you and your partner are emotionally vulnerable with each other, sharing your deepest, darkest feelings, what your fears are, what scares you, what's occupying all of your thought at this time. Then there's physical, non-sexual intimacy, which are things like holding hands, hugs, back rubs, kisses, being close or next to one another in close skin-on-skin contact vicinity. How are you experiencing all these different kinds of intimacy? That's important, because if you're stuck in seeing sex as the only way you can experience intimacy, then you're missing the joy of the destination. What I tell most of my clients is think of all these other ways of intimacy as the steps on the map. When you arrive at doing all those other kinds of intimacy really well and you're highly functioning, sex is the cherry on top of the sundae, the dessert, the reward, the climax, that beautiful time when you get to have that deeply physical, intimate connection with your partner. And the good thing about that sexual intimacy is when you have it, just like when you have skin-on-skin contact with your partner, your body is releasing the feel-good hormones of oxytocin, vasopressin, and dopamine. And the release of those hormones means you have a deeply bonding experience with your partner. It's sustainable, it fills you up, and it makes you have a strong desire to repeat it. So if you want to create the best sexual experience with your partner and have that deep kind of rewarding intimacy, start focusing and working on all the other kinds of intimacy in your relationship. Get together with your partner and label where you think you are on a scale of 1 to 10 and how well you're demonstrating that kind of intimacy in your partnership. And then work together on ways that you can demonstrate improvement and experience in all those other areas. Enjoy the journey. Make the focus and demonstrate all the kinds of intimacy in your relationship, including the beautiful sexual intimacy that you are capable and deserving of having. Remember, all we have is this moment.